1 second.
Okay, so we are going to speak about things which have effect on the Zmane, Zricha, and Sheki'ah. And I want to recall from last time we learned that he mentioned that even though you would expect that in the Arctic and Antarctic areas where there is only one day of sunrise and sunset a year, 2 days, the equinox, which would be the equinox days. Even there, they don't come out precisely on the equinox, the sunrise and sunset, because of refraction, which we're going to have to explain today, and therefore it's off by, I think it said 4 days, but looking on the page, I don't see it right now.
You think the what?
It's off by 4 days, he said. You don't recall that?
No, but that's not surprising.
Okay, well, anyway, let's see what he says here. Maybe we'll explain it better. We're going to do the middle column first. So far, it's a refractia, phenomenon of refraction by Sheki'ah, and its influence on times of sunrise and sunset. Mahuta tofa, the essence of this phenomenon. The earth is enveloped by layers of air. Hence, they are thicker when the closer you are to the ground. And they are thinner the farther away you get min adama. When the sun's rays pass through this envelopment, this envelope of the air, the atmosphere, and meet akmot, they bend. When they get to the ground, to the earth, you see the sun not in its true place. The amount in which the rays are broken, it depends on different factors. And determining the times of sunrise and sunset based on latitude, various latitudes, there's normally taken into account, but the average refraction. A refractia is 34 degrees. I don't know what that means. Radius agula shemesh, the radius of the disk of the sun is 16 degrees. I don't know what that means either. Kifi shuvar le'el, as brought previously, Hagdara handasit astronomic, the geometrical astronomical definition, for sunrise and sunset. Is when the middle of the sun disk is on the horizon. Please add, going this, if we add at Gorema refractio, which is 34 degrees, the radius Hashemesh 16 degrees, the Kabel Shemakom Merkaz Hashemesh Shata Zricha is 50 degrees mitachat la'ofek. Now, 50 degrees sounds like a lot. Since it's
4 minutes per degree.
4 minutes a degree. Do you understand what he just said?
Near 8 makdima be 3 to 4 minutes at hazricha hagyonit.
Didn't you say 50 degrees?
You just said 50 degrees, so how does that translate to 3 to 4 minutes?
Yeah, actually a lot longer.
4 minutes per daka. 3.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I think we're missing something here. The 50 evidently is not degrees, but something else.
Oh, maybe it's seconds.
It still doesn't work. Yeah, how does that work?
It's seconds is a 60th of a degree, right? So if a if 60 seconds in 1 degree, 50 out of 60 is pushing, it's almost, but not quite 4 minutes, right? So it's
Mhm.
so then it makes sense. It's almost a degree difference.
Yeah.
5/6 of a degree difference.
So I have here actually a nice image here. Let's see this here. As we're seeing, I'm going to share screen here. Did you know that we actually see the sunrise about 2 minutes earlier than the actual sunrise? Also, the sunset we witness is of the sun that has already set. It's fascinating to learn that, but there's some very so much because from its actual position. Is because of the phenomenon is atmospheric refraction. So refraction is, he says, is the light. Refraction is defined as a phenomenon which the light bends while traveling from one transparent surface to another. Atmospheric refraction is defined as the refraction of light by the Earth's atmosphere. The Earth's atmosphere has different layers and different optical densities. An object transmits light rays in the atmosphere. The light travels through these different layers and gets refracted. During the sunrise, the sun is rising above the horizon. The rays of the sun get refracted as they travel from more dense air to less dense air. Also, human eye sees the sun rays as a straight line, which appears the sun has risen, but has actually not risen. So the true position of the sun is beneath the horizon, but our perceived position is above the horizon. So the sun, right? So the sun rises, so our perception 2 minutes before it actually rises. This delayed sunset explanation, the sun after sunset is setting below the horizon. Now the apparent position of the sun is visible to us and not the actual position. So this is because of the atmospheric refraction. So actually, when the sun is going down, also, we'll see the sun is still in the sky, even though it already has set a few minutes earlier.
Right.
So actually, it means that we see both sunrise and sunset, sunrise early and sunset late. So that means a day, from our perception, is never going to be precisely 12 hours. Because we're going to see an early sunrise and a late sunset. Am I getting this right?
Yes.
Okay. Fine. I don't think the rest of it is important here. Okay, so these, as you said, are seconds, not
degrees.
Not degrees. Let's see, there's another nice picture we can find here.
Or they're minutes, whatever they call it.
Yeah. So this looks like an interesting big picture. Due to refraction, some appear to rise sooner by approximately minutes. It actually does. Some appear to set later. It actually does. Okay, that's correct. Okay, so so it is longer. The day is actually about 4 minutes longer, based on our perception, than it actually is based on reality.
Right.
Okay, fine. Now, I don't think it makes a lovely graph. Let's see. What he says in the fine print here. ללוח אין זה מעניין אותנו מה מקומה של השמש, מהי זוכה הגיונית, logical sunrise, אלא זמנה של הזריחה הנראית. That's actually seen. אך יש בין הפוסקים הסבורים שלצורך החמרה, יש להתחשב במקומה האמיתי של השמש. זה מחמיר. לאחרת הזריחה ב3-4 דקות, that means to make sunrise 3 or 4 minutes later, although here it says 2 minutes. I don't know why. I guess because he's adding on the middle of the that should be the middle of the disc, which I don't know if is necessarily true. And לאחר הזריחה ב3-4 דקות, להקדים את השקיעה בשיעור דומה. I don't know which posting he's referring to because he doesn't tell us. I never heard them before. Refractograms are so I don't know. In the astronomical charts, it's not clear to me when you get the naval observatory charts. Or are they going by the refracted sunrise or the actual sunrise? I assume they're going by the refracted sunrise because for all sorts of reckonings, I assume you go by the sun you see in the sky, not by the sun which its actual location is relative to Earth. הפרקציה גורמת להארכת החלק של יממה, כידוע. הימים בלילות בקו המשווה, the days and nights at the equator, לפי זה לזה בכל ימות השנה. אחרי מימי השוויון, also an equinox day שווה אורך היום ואורך הלילה, לכל כדור הארץ. ועל פי הטבלה לזמני הזריחה והשקיעה שהובא לאל, רואים שאורך היום בקו המשווה הוא 12 hours plus 7 minutes. אחרי מימי השוויון, היום מזריחה והשקיעה, אורך מספר דקות מהלילה. אז זה שבגלל הרפרקציה, השמש נראית זורחת בבוקר 4 דקות לפני זריחתה האמיתית, נראית השמש קוקעת 3-4 דקות אחרי שקיעתה האמיתית. בסך הכל היום מתארך בגלל התופעה הזו ב7 to 8 דקות. Okay, that we understand, right? The day is never perfectly 12 hours. That's not true. It is, but not on the equinox day. It'll be perfectly 12 hours, slightly before, slightly after the equinox day, depending on the season. Several days before, several days after. I believe 4 days. Now, going to the right column, Hashpat Gova Makom Gova Ofek. Clearly, where you're standing and where the horizon is going to make a difference. The higher place you are, came up to the earlier you're going to see sunrise. And the Sheki'ah is going to come later. Relative to the standing on sea level at that latitude. In average variations, fluctuations are 150 meters above sea level. For each 150 meters, it's a minute. So if Delphi alone is 150 meters above sea level, you're going to see the sunrise a minute earlier and the sunset a minute later, right? 300, 2 minutes, 500, 3 minutes, 800, 4 5 minutes, 1200, 6 minutes, 1600 meters, 7 to 8 minutes. I don't know if there's anywhere else besides the Hermon, which is 1600 meters high. I think the Tavor is like 500 meters high. Anyway, maybe I'm wrong about that. The dream Ele Namuklatim is not absolute, Elaberach approximate. Mishtanim, but Ma'at Be'onot Hashanah Mishtanim Ba'atmosphera. So it changes. Kova Ofek. So that's at the height of the horizon. Atsamim, topographian. Gon Harim, Gormim, Lichur, Bezicha, or Akdamat Sheki'ah. They call, well, if you have a mountain, the standing Kinneret, right? You're standing 290 meters below sea level, right? So obviously your sunset is going to be much earlier than it's going to be your standing at sea level, right?
Right.
So because there's a delay in the zricha or the akdama v'shkiya. They go after the abstract theoretical sea level, right? That which is not open in here, so anyway, it says that. But so with the astronomical one. Yes, so in שבחנת לוח זמני זריחה ושקיעה במקומו מסוים יהיה להתחשב. גם בכל הגורמים המקומיים. גובה המקום, גובה אופק וכו'. למשל, בטבלות שהכין רב קוצ'ינסקי ז"ל בירושלים, הוא הקדים את זמני הזריחה והקדים את זמני השקיעה ביחס לזמני המישור ב-2 to 3 עד 4 דקות. וזאת בהתחשב בגובה של ירושלים. So that's why Tukachinsky's luach is going to be 3 or 4 minutes different than an astronomical luach.
Okay.
It's a huge machlokas poskim, a modern day poskim. What do we follow? The astronomical sunrise and sunset or the Nirad sunrise and sunset? Okay, so that's again another reason why Vasikin is this very strange concept to have it so precise. Okay, that's so far we've seen 2 issues: refraction, and although we shouldn't take into account refraction, obviously refraction is going to make things is going to fluctuate. So but Netanya and Sheki'ah neres, the Netza Ofek and Sheki'ah Ofek is also another variable. Assuming the third, we're going to have a third column, we'll have another variable. Based on the latitude, and the average time of afternoon. based on latitude. Everything in the same latitude has the same length of day, not obviously not the same. It depends where the sun is relative to that latitude at that point, but it's always going to be in that location where they're in absolute time, they're going to be absolutely the same in all places without time zones. This is on the past, right? It was the real high noon of that place. Our regular clock is לפי בשעה 12, הוא שעת הצהריים ממוצעת של האזור, area, at the place. כן, מוצאים לדעת את זמני הזרוע והשקיעה של המקום, צריך לדעת מהי שעת הצהריים ממוצעת של המקום. You have to know what the high noon is in that specific place. תן לכך להוסיף ולהפחית דקות מלוחות זמני הזריחה והשקיעה של הרוחב המקומי. איך לדעת מהי שעת הצהריים ממוצעת של מקום, ראה בעמוד 98. It's not important for us because all of our luchos today are take that into account when making the local law. לדוגמה, שעת הצהריים ממוצע בתל אביב, לפי השעון הרגיל, 11:40. I mean, it's earlier than what the noon on the clock. North 32 north. There's an answer to השקיעה בתל אביב, יש לקחת את הנתונים. Take the data, קו רוחב זה, איתו הטבלות התקניות, להבחין מהזמנים השומעים שם 20 דקות. There's as much in 12, לבין שעת צהריים ממוצעת בתל אביב. Okay, that's obviously, we don't do that nowadays, like I just said. Okay, so that's too confusing. I don't think it's necessary, but we'll look at the fine print anyway. עכשיו טבלת זמני שזריחה ושקיעה לפי רוחב, 32 degrees north, תשובה לאל, לשום שהזריחה ב-22 בדצמבר, רוחב זה הוא 657. נתון זה מתייחס לקו אורך המרכזי, החוצה את אזור השעות. It's going to the high noon, true high noon. כי הרי בתל אביב, השני בקו רוחב הזה תהיה כזריחה, ביום זה לפי השעון תקני, השעון רגיל הוא שעה 6:37, 20 minutes earlier than indicated.
Right.
Okay, so you have here in the next page, the Zman Hayom Yerushalayim. We really should do this next time, the various different times. To basically sum up everything we saw, but for our purposes, let's look for a moment at the Zricha column, right? The Zricha column, there are three opinions, right? 12 is as Zricha b'mishor, right? And the Zricha b'mishor is 640, that's sea level. Mm-hmm. 13 is Zricha mi'al har, that'd be 637. It was on January 1st, all of this, because Yerushalayim is higher up, right? So the Zricha is going to be 6:33 minutes earlier. And Hazikha Piluchotav Shavav to Concisely, he went higher up. As I mentioned in the past, he went to the highest building in Yerushalayim at the time, which was 3 stories high, the Beit Knesset Zarecham and Machane Yehuda. So according to him, it's 2 minutes earlier. So you have 640, 637, and 635. Now you note he doesn't do refraction things, right? Because we don't take refraction into account, obviously. I'm not sure why they spend so much time on it. But the point is that there are 3 other possible variables, right? Which are the sea level, topographical height, and then the highest height, which, in Tel Aviv, you go to the top of whatever the tower is in Ramat Gan, highest tower in Yerushalayim, I don't know, forget what its name is, 80-story high tower. And then you go to look up from there, and everything of its course would be, the times would be different.
The Maisa, what do? We take the
Maisa, either one.
Physical? What?
Usually we go by astronomical. But we're going to, next time we learn, we'll look it up in a halacha sefer as opposed to the sefer, and we'll see what actually the various different opinions.
The bottom of the next page, he's got a whole business on halacha Maisa.
Oh, you got halacha Maisa?
Bottom of the next page, yeah, 102.
We're on 102. You mean 103?
103, yeah.
Where do you see? No, I don't see where it says sunrise halacha Maisa. Yeah, but I don't see sunrise. He doesn't say which sunrise.
All right.
He just says Hanetz. See that?
No, I'm not really sure where you're reading, but okay.
Okay, well, by Tilat Shacharit, right?
Yeah.
He says, מנהג ותיקין, מתחילים בתפילה באופן של קריאת שמע קוראים, או מסיימים עם הנץ החמה, which hanetz.
Okay.
Say which hanetz, right?
It doesn't say which Hanetz. Okay.
So that's how they have svarim like this. I'm not sure he actually talks about it here, but yeah. So also in this sefer, he doesn't go on. I have to look it up because I'm not sure where it's discussed. I know that I remember it's a machlokas between Reb Tzroya Dublitsky and other people. That's all I remember. Reb Dublitsky held one way and other people held the other way. I think Reb Tzroya Dublitsky held goes by Netza Astronomy and everybody else holds goes by Netanya. But I don't want to take achrayas for that without looking it up. So for next time we learn, I'm going to have to look it up and find out and do some homework first.
Okay.
Okay?
All
Okay.
right.
Have a great week.
You too.
Okay, bye.
Bye.